and welcome class 7 students. Today in this class I am going to start exercise 15. This exercise is based on the chapter factorization. So this is the first class where I will start the typical sums of factorization from exercise 15. So let's start the class. So in this exercise 15, the factorization sums are like this. Suppose you are given a simple sum like AB plus BC. That means A into B plus B into C. This is given in sum number 6. Sum number 6, this is given A into B, that is AB plus BC. So if we break these expressions individually, we are getting A into B plus B into C. A into B plus B into C. So individual terms, in the individual terms we can see the presence of B, that is B. This factor B is present in both the terms. In A into B, B is present, and also in B into C, B is present. So B is present in both the factors. That's why we will take B factor as a common factor. B is a common factor, so B we will keep outside the bracket and then we will give a bracket, and inside the bracket we will write the remaining factors. The remaining means if we take out B from the first term, then remaining factor is A, and here in the second term if we take out B, then the remaining factor is C. We give the plus sign in the middle as it is given. So A and C are the remaining, are the leftover factors in the first and the second term, and B is present in both, so B we will keep as a common factor outside the bracket, just the way I have done. So this is how we will solve the sums, only up till this. This is the end of the sum. After this you don't have to do anything. Only we will take the common factor outside the bracket and leave the sum like this. So B is a common factor. In these two terms B is a common factor because B is present in both the terms. That's why B is a common factor, and being a common factor we are taking B outside the bracket. Inside the bracket what we are keeping? The uncommon terms, the uncommon factors, that is A in the first term and C in the second term is uncommon. These are unlike, that's why they are kept as a leftover. The sign will remain unchanged. In this way we will do the sums of factorization. This is sum number 6. Now suppose in sum number 2 it is given that, let's see sum number 2. In sum number 2 it is given that 5x, no not 2, sum number 5. In sum number 5 it is given that 5x minus 10y. 5x minus 10y is given. Now how we will solve this sum? 5x minus 10y. So 5x means 5 into x and 10y means 10. If we break 10, if we try to find out the factors of 10, what are the factors of 10? 5 into 2. 10 means 5 into 2. So 10 means 5 into 2 and y is there. So 5 into 2 into y. So in the first term we are having 5 into x, and in the second term we are having 5 into 2 into y. We will break 10 in the lowest factor, in the minimum factor. And if 10 we break into the minimum factors, we are going to derive 5 into 2. So 10 means 5 into 2 and then y. So 10y means 5 into 2 into y. 5x means 5 into x minus 10y means 5 into 2 into y. So here we can see from the two terms what is common. The number 5 is common. It is present in both the terms. The factor 5 is present in both the terms. That's why we will keep 5 aside and then keep a bracket. Why we are doing this? Because 5 is a common factor. And then what is remaining in the terms? In the first term remaining is x, and in the second term the remaining is 2 into y, that is 2y. So 5 outside the bracket, in bracket x minus 2y. Now if you remove the bracket, this means what this signifies is, if you remove the bracket, 5 will get multiplied with the individual terms. If you remove the bracket, you see you will get 5 into x and 5 into 2y. Then ultimately you are getting 5x minus 10y. That's why 5 is kept outside the bracket. Multiplying and removing the bracket, you will come back to the first step of the sum. So we will not multiply. This is the answer. We will keep 5 outside the bracket, and inside the bracket we will write the remaining terms. This is how we will solve the sums given. Now we come to another sum. Suppose sum number 3. Sum number 3, the very basic sum of the subjective type of exercise 15, that is given is 8 plus 16x. 8 plus 16x. Now here you can see, if we break 8, we are going to get 2 into 2 into 2. 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8. Plus, if we break 16, then we are going to get 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into x. So here we have got 3 2's, and here we have got 4 2's. So we can see that these 3 2 is present in both the terms. In both the terms, these 2's are common. That means 8 is common. Instead of writing 2 into 2 into 2, you can write as, this step you can also write as 8 into 1. 8 means 8 into 1, and 16 means 8 into 2 into x. So what is common in both these terms? 8 is common in both these terms. You can break it in this way also. You can break it in this way also. Both are acceptable. What common is, we can see, is 8 is present. Whether you may write in the form 2 into 2 into 2, or you may write in the form directly as 8. So in these both cases, 8 we can see is common. So what we will do is, we will keep 8 outside the bracket, and inside the bracket we will keep, nothing is remaining. So 1 in the first term and the remaining in the second term is 2x. So this is the end of the sum. In outside the bracket will be 8. That means 8 will be multiplied with 1 plus 2x. If bracket is removed, 8 will be multiplied with first 1 and then plus 2x. And by doing this multiplication, we can derive the first line of the sum. So we can see this is the end of the sum. In this way we are going to solve the sum. Last sum is sum number 4. In sum number 4, it is given that 2p plus 4q. In sum number 4, it is given that 2p plus 4q. This sum is given in sum number 4. So 2p plus 4q, we can see 2 into p, and in 4q we can see 2 into 2 into q. So as we can see, 2 is common. 2 is present in both the terms. 2 is a common factor. So 2 we will keep outside the bracket, and inside the bracket the residual things will be written. That is p as the first term and 2q in the second term. Here the sum ends. What does this signify? This signifies if we remove the bracket, 2 will be multiplied with both the factors. With first factor 2 into p, that is 2p, the first term, and 2 into 2q, that is 4q, the second term. So by removing the bracket, we can gradually go to the first step of the sum. We can derive, by back calculation, we can derive the first step. So 2p plus 4q means nothing but 2, keeping in bracket 2 multiplied by both p plus 2q. This is the answer, and this is how you will solve the sums. I hope whatever I have explained with these few sums, you have just understood, and I have just introduced the chapter to you. In my next class, I will do some big sums so that it gets clear to you. Till then, goodbye.